Hey peeps, welcome back to another video. So today we're having a little chat on how to actually pass on Taddius. There's a few little tips that I can hopefully show you that will maybe make your 98 or your 97 and 99, because sometimes you need the little extra DPS that these tips give you or the little extra push to get those 99s. So the first tip I have for you is to obviously not fail the jump going to Taddius, because if you fail the jump, you're probably gonna die and your pass is gone. Next up, have all your raid buffs that you can possibly get on you. That includes all the paladin buffs, intellect, flask, flame tongue, food buff, anything that helps you out, get it on you. So this tip might be a little more selfish, and you should not do this if you don't have enough DPS on the mini bosses or not enough DPS in general in your raid. But whenever your trinkets proc and almost come off cooldown again, I'm pretty sure the mini bosses might still be alive. So what I usually do is I stop attacking whatever mini boss I'm on because I don't want my trinkets to reproc. So all the procs of my cloak, my trinket and whatnot, I have on Taddius instead. Since you can't pre-pot on Taddius, what you can do is use your pot and all the cooldowns together and then snapshot your fire elemental, which basically means you wait for all the spell power buffs in your raid, which includes Demonic Pact, all your trinkets, all your cloak procs, your orc racial, and your pot, and then you can use your fire element. What could happen is that Taddius uses his chain lightning ability on your totem, and if he hits your fire elemental totem, your totem dies, which obviously also means that your fire elemental is dead. So most of the time, I don't even use the fire elemental on that boss anymore. There's also another little thing you can do, and that's using Lightning Shield instead of Water Shield on Taddius, because Taddius keeps proccing your Lightning Shield with his abilities whenever you get the Polarity proc. The Polarity also increases your Lightning Shield damage. I did it on the last encounter that we did it. I only reapplied Lightning Shield 3 times, it hit for 8 times, and the average damage from Lightning Shield was 3.6k, and that's basically just passive damage that I just got without doing basically anything. Whenever you have mana issues using Lightning Shield instead of Water Shield, there's a thing you can do. You have about 2 GCDs walking from one side to another whenever you get the polarity shift. So one of the GCDs you can use would be Thunderstorm if you need the mana, and the other one either is Lightning Shield or you reapply a totem. Whenever your fire elemental is dead, you should use Magma Totem whenever you're moving from one side to another, because that totem does basically the most DPS. On my last kill, Magma Totem with 3 cast did more damage on average than Searing Totem per hit, and my Searing Totem I put down 6 times while I only put Magma Totem down 3 times. So basically, whenever you move, use your Magma Totem, and if you get lucky, or rather unlucky and you don't have to switch sides, just keep your Searing Totem down, because you don't want to waste a GCD on Magma Totem every 21 seconds. Why? It's pretty simple. Lava Burst, Lightning Bolt, or even Chain Lightning have higher priority. But sometimes you don't need Thunderstorm because your mana is fine, or you don't even need to reapply your Lightning Shield because you still have 2 or 3 stacks. So what other abilities can you cast while walking? One obvious one is Flame Shock. If it's almost running out, just reapply it so you can use Lava Burst the second you stand still again. Other abilities you can use while walking obviously also include Fire Nova and Frost Shock, which also do, decent damage. I would still use Thunderstorm because the damage of Thunderstorm is actually quite chunky, especially if you crit. One detrimental thing is fight length. If your fight is super long, passing will basically be completely impossible. So if you have DPS dead on Taddius, you will definitely notice it, because the DPS increase you get from the polarity shift is so strong that if you have only 2 or 3 DPS dead, you will just notice the slower kill time, and your pass will basically be destroyed. So whenever you want to pass, I would recommend taking a fight wherever everyone is alive and everyone has a little bit of gear, which everyone should have a nice amount of gear now this late into the phase, and then you're good to go. So this is basically everything I have for you today on Taddius. If you have any other tips, just put them in the comments and I will heart them so everyone else can see it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.